Hello, hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I haven't seen Umbro in years. Where did you get that?
Thrifting, guys. I believe in thrifting. When you thrift,
Yeah,
you're gonna find
yeah,
literally. And you know what's nice about thrifting? That you find it for so cheap. I don't remember how much this one was because I bought it a few years ago. But I mean, there's still stuff that you can get for like 50 rand, 60 rand.
yeah.
You just must be willing to go through the dangerous part of town to get these things.
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good, but I'm glad you found something you like there.
And I do, especially when it comes to like jackets and stuff. Yeah, especially for like also kids and vintage stuff. Like yeah,
Yeah.
top tier. Because also one thing I've seen, the quality is insane because it's like dollar, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like quality from now. Because I feel like quality from now is just from the sweaters to the leather jackets. It's not the best, but from
Yeah.
then it was amazing.
Yeah. I feel like, especially when it comes to leather, I think like even leather jackets, very few are made from genuine
Yeah,
leather. Yeah,
yeah.
so it's no longer the same as before. Back then, you could
So if
actually
I find
find a
something
leather
nice,
jacket everywhere.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, yeah. But
Literally.
anyway, good.
I'm well, man. How are you doing?
Now I'm all right. I'm all right. We haven't been here in a while. I think it's been like 2 or 3 weeks or something
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, life once again showing us hands, but it's okay.
That's one thing about life. Okay. It'll
Yeah.
hand you hands. I'm just like, what
Yeah.
is going on?
Oh man,
You move.
this weekend, I was in Joburg, right? So I played
Mm,
like in two venues. I played at Cheeky on Thursday. Yeah,
mm,
Thursday I played at Cheeky in Bram. So I just went to class. I went to class, and when I was there, Kanye, one of our instructors, tells me, dude, tonight you've got a gig. You're going to play at Cheeky. Now I
oh,
get
that's
there.
nice.
Yeah, I mean it was cool to hear. It was cool to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But I get there, and they've got a nice setup. Like it's a pretty it's a nice place. We've
Yeah.
got like the controller also something I'm used to. Played on it
Mm-hmm.
before. It's very very proper. So now I'm talking to the manager. I'm like, okay, I've got like a kwaito hip hop set ready. It's like, no, we want purely hip hop. Now I'm scratching my head because one thing is that I haven't updated I don't know if you saw my tweet from last week, but I haven't updated my sets. I haven't updated
Mm-hmm.
my music, like, I don't know, I think in like a month or something. So
Yeah.
now to play like sort of old stuff, but also things, music that I haven't properly prepared. But it was an
Mm.
okay set, I guess. Made a few mistakes here and there, but I think it was an okay set. But now the one on Saturday, that one, yeah, that one was just something else. I was in Maboneng. Yeah, there's a place called Black
Mm-hmm.
Palm. So I'm playing in Maboneng. Actually, I was waiting to play there. So they bring out a controller as well. Now, this thing
Mm-hmm.
was written record box on there. But it's quite old. Like I think it's older than 350 than some 350s, and doesn't have much
Yeah.
as much yeah as
Yeah.
much. It doesn't have as much stuff as 350s. Now, if you've ever played on 350s and you prepared sets on record box, you will know. Good,
Mm-hmm.
see, the 350s do not support record box, right? So that thing
Mm.
also, even though it's written record box, it does not support record box. It only reads the files that are on the USB. And that time it only takes one USB at a time.
I
And
see.
yeah, it takes one USB at a time, which is fine because most of the time
Yeah.
I actually just use one USB. But now this thing, I can't read the playlists. So now I'm playing even older music. right? Like even older music, because I haven't put in any new music on my USB in
Yeah.
such a long time. Everything is on record box. So that one also. And the thing is, now, if you haven't record boxed your music, what the
Yeah.
CDJ does is that it waits a while. It first has to read a song. You
Yeah.
have to play like a minute or so
Before.
before it actually tells you what the BPMs are. And even then, it's not 100% accurate because you'll
Correct.
see it
Yeah.
keeps going up and down. So now you're literally playing by ear, having to figure out where the song is exactly before you actually transition. And yeah,
These
but
are experiences.
it
These are
is
experiences. You know, once you are out there and you've been doing it for a long time, you just look back and be like, I started there,
actually,
you know?
yeah,
It's literally it was like a learning curve, a stepping stone. I
yeah,
really I don't lie. Now personally I feel like such experiences make you better. Like I'm a firm believer of that. Like
yeah.
certain experiences make you better at your craft, you know?
Yeah, like also for me, it's like okay, especially with the one in Maboneng. Maboneng kind of like
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. This is part of the experience, part of the journey, and all of
Mm.
that. So it made me realize two things. The first is that it made me realize just how patient I am with people. So I wasn't really too hard on those guys. I wasn't even too hard on
Yeah.
Kanye as well because Kanye is the one who found who said I'm going to play there as well.
Yeah.
He played after me. So it was like, okay, it's cool, it's whatever. Because Kanye didn't expect
Mm.
that controller. He
That as
expected
well.
something better, yeah. But also with the guys,
Yeah.
because I think they've been open for not too long. I think it's like been 2 months or something, if not less than that.
Ah.
So it's a new establishment. They're still trying to figure things out and also
Ah. Yeah.
get set up. So also, it was sort of like, okay, cool. I'm basically part of this journey now with them to say, because actually, when we
Yeah.
started, we had this set up
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys are going to do in future, where they're headed. But yeah, it was part of the journey. Like it
Yeah.
was like
It's
an
part of the
experience.
journey.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
and
an
all of them
experience.
count, man. All these experiences count. When you look back,
Yeah,
you realize that they actually all of them are worth it,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Also, actually, I forgot the second thing that made me realize. Made me realize just how important having a technical writer is. Like you can be hard on DJs and artists when it comes to technical writers to say, "This is what I
Yeah.
want." But after having that experience, I was like,
I think it's
okay,
important, guys.
yeah,
Technical
it
writers are
is.
important. I can't stress it enough, Sean, honestly,
Yeah,
because I always believe that I can't have my artists being stressed about the set they're going to play and producing their best work,
yeah.
and them also being stressed about the equipment they're going to use. Like it takes me back to I don't know, there was a video that was trending a while back. A guy Oscar Mbo at an event,
Oh yeah, I remember
and he
that
was
one.
just standing. Personally, guys, I wouldn't want that from my artist. I'm sorry. I understood what he was because he was just like he was in
Even he was
disbelief.
shocked. Yeah.
Exactly. Like and I feel like everyone was even online when we saw the thing, everyone was like, there's no way. There's no way that they expected you to play on that.
Like
No,
it was
guys.
sort of like a house party. Like a house party, like something they just put together very quickly. It's like, guys, let's just
Like
chill and put it sound together, and then just they were like, hey,
no,
Oscar, are you around? Can you come play for us?
around.
And then
And right now, if you look at how people are with liking things, even those
yeah,
house parties are like properly planned, like
yeah.
proper sound and everything. So I'm just like, what were they trying to do? Why did they call Oscar? You know?
Oh man,
Damn.
but yeah, but it also shows like the promoters who like to take chances. Because I
Yeah.
mean, how do you expect Oskambo to come
So
here and then you've got like a
ever
table where he
again as
has to
well.
kneel to play, and even then
Like
the equipment is not what he usually uses. But yeah, like every
I
technical
think it's this
writer,
thing of just getting a crowd because the minute you mention Oscar Bo on your lineup, people are gonna pull through.
uh,
But you
yeah,
forget how what kind of experience you're gonna give them, you know?
yeah,
It's the wildest thing.
yeah, and
But I really believe in. You see, for me, technical writers are the people who are important for the ride. because you know how I don't like the rider package.
Yeah.
I'm very finicky about it, you know, because I feel like, why are all these people getting so much free things? But it's fine. I will not go into that today. But I feel like with the people who are working for it, it's understandable, you know. Not this thing now of wanting a rider and you just put it through with your boys for doing absolutely nothing for a brand, doing absolutely nothing for a growth, but
Yeah.
they're just your boys. You know, that
Yeah.
for me is like, dog, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Like a technical rider is so crucial. And I also remembered
Very,
the importance of not just the the CDJs and whatever that you want, but also for venues, like the quality of the sound is
yeah.
also very
True.
important
Oh,
because
yeah.
it adds to the experience. Like you go to events and you go to venues or whatever, and they'll have a bunch of speakers on there. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is that it is loud, but it is
Yes.
not clear.
You
You
can't
know,
hear.
like yeah, like clear, like being loud is one thing, but having
Yeah.
a clear sound is
Is another.
something totally different, and it
Yes.
just changes the atmosphere. It changes the whole thing. But yeah,
Right.
so that's one thing that venue owners also need to look at. That is not just about how many speakers
For
you
me,
have
that's
or how
important,
loud the
guys.
music is.
For
Yeah,
me,
but
that's important. Yeah.
because the sound actually adds to the whole experience of being there. Yeah, but yeah,
Because what's the
it's
point of me hearing the bass hurting my ears and I can't even hear what's being said?
yeah, yeah,
I can't
yeah.
even,
Like
it literally takes me a while to get which song is playing. It shouldn't be like that.
yeah, because I mean, even when you're
I should
just
be
coming
hearing
in,
the song as it plays.
because yeah, like you should hear everything that is on the sound on the song. But yeah,
Mm,
but hopefully, But then again, like I say, hopefully it will get better. But I know that there's always new
yeah,
promoters coming up. There's always people who are
true.
stingy with money, and there are always people who don't
Mm,
fully understand what they're
understand.
doing. So that is always going to be there.
Yeah.
It is always going to be there. But yeah, anyway, hey neighbor, that's what I want to talk about. Hey neighbor. Because we haven't talked about it.
You've been
Last time we
waiting.
talked about it, last time we talked about it, right? We were talking about the rumors of Kendrick actually being there. And
Yeah.
then they announced like 2 weeks ago that he's actually going to be there. And, I'm willing to sell everything I own just to be there, you know. Even if I rock up like in a towel or something,
Not you
sell all
too.
my clothes barefoot, it's okay. It's
But
okay,
the
but
amount
I
of
have
people
to be
saying
there.
that right now, people are like, I'm gonna sell my mom's dining room set. If she doesn't give me this money, I'm selling the dining room set. I'm just like, guys, come on.
Yeah, even sell the house. Even if I have to sell the house to get there, that's exactly what we're gonna do. You can't miss Kendrick, man. You can't miss Kendrick. I'm excited about
Yeah.
Hey
When
Neighbor.
I saw that, I just thought of you. I'm like, yeah, this guy's definitely losing his mind somewhere. If there's one person I know who wanted Kendrick to come, it's him.
Yeah, like I can't miss this opportunity this time because I missed him the first
Yeah.
time that he was in the country.
Yeah.
But this one I definitely cannot miss.
And also, I looked at the packages. Honestly, they're not quite bad, considering the
Yeah,
economy. And also, what I'm saying might just be contradictory, but I'm saying considering the economy and everything is expensive, you know.
yeah,
So looking at what you're getting with the festival and everything, honestly, I feel like as long as they give us good sound, because there's nothing that sucks like a person rapping and you can't hear what they say
yeah,
because the sound is horrible. As long as the sound and the experience is good, I really believe that it will be worth it, man, for a lot of people.
yeah.
I just
But
hope they don't pour a delicious fest with what they
uh,
did with Burner. Yeah, I know.
yeah. Hopefully
Mm,
they don't. Hopefully they don't. But then the thing is, when it comes to the sound. I'm thinking that if
mm.
they've got international artists, they've got her coming, they've got Kendrick coming, and more especially if they've got Swedish House Mafia coming.
Yes,
Swedish House Mafia, we know, we see
they're
they
very,
are,
yeah.
yeah, they are a house trio, and
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to sound, it has to be absolutely
Has to
perfect.
be right.
So as long
Yes,
as they're all there, I think. we don't really have to worry
Get
about the
it right.
sound. Yeah, and also because I mean it is Glen 21. It's not their first time actually
Exactly. It's
doing
not.
something like this. So
Didn't they bring us
should
Lil
be.
Wayne and them in the process? Was it Clinton one? Because they brought us quite
Um,
some big international acts.
yeah, because I think they were
Okay,
part of the
yeah,
I think they were part of the Castle Lights thing.
Castle Light situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Castle Light, yeah, because they brought like J. Cole and
J
all those
Cole
other guys.
as well.
Yeah. So
So they
these
should
guys
get
know
it
what
right.
they're doing. I think they know that what they're doing. Yeah. So
And
we
also, I
can
think one thing they got right is the timing of the event.
yeah.
You see, they got it right. They knew what's the perfect time to have this event.
Oh,
So I
why do you say
really
that?
feel like, personally, I feel like it's in the right season. Number one, right?
Okay. Yeah,
I'm a
definitely
winter,
true.
I'm not a winter baby, but I love winter, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to festivals and events, the best time to have them is spring and summer.
Yeah.
It's when people are excited to be outside.
Yeah.
And looking at
And
the type of event that it is, I feel like the timing and them bringing the Prince, Kendrick and all those artists here at that time is a perfect time for people to be like, yeah, we're outside. We're outside.
yeah. And Pretoria is quite warm as well. So it adds
Exactly.
to the whole thing. Plus, I mean, actually, I just wanted to say something I normally say about Pretoria on Twitter, but I'm not going to say it.
Mhm.
But I'm going to say that Pretoria is a party city.
Pretoria is
So
wild. Pretoria is wild. You go to
those
Pretoria,
guys
come back,
love
it's
to
like, what
party.
the
Yeah.
hell? You're like, there's no way, guys. There is no way. Those people don't mind rocking the entire weekend. Sunrise, sunset. I'm just like, do you sleep? When do you sleep? Do you even go
Yeah.
home to freshen up? What's going on? Pretoria is wild.
Ah,
They
man.
know how to have a
Pretoria,
good time. They know how to have a good time.
yeah, Pretoria people I think are the kind of people who leave on Friday. Actually leave for work on Friday morning, and they
Morning.
don't come back until Monday afternoon after they knock off from work.
Yeah,
So yeah,
literally.
I feel like they're those kind of people. But
No, and knowing that they are that kind of people do like they shouldn't sleep on the ticket because
yeah,
if they sleep on the ticket, you wake up and it's chai.
yeah, I was actually talking to someone on Twitter already about it because I remember I tweeted something about Hey Neighbor saying that they're going to that people because you remember the initial reaction around Hey Neighbor, what it was. People
And the
were
pricing,
not
yeah.
happy. Yeah, they're not happy with the pricing. But my idea was that okay, my thought was that people are complaining now, saying that they're never going to buy the tickets but then soon, very, very soon, it's going to change. The conversation is going to change to them
Yeah,
actually asking how they can get tickets. Because they'll
yeah.
be sold out. Eventually, they'll be sold out. So some of the people that are complaining about the prices will be looking to buy tickets on Twitter from other people. So this is
No,
going to be
no.
that's also going to be exciting to see.
And you know what they're gonna do with that? They're gonna pull the sneaker game on people and give them a crazy markup
Yeah, I feel like there's
because they know they want to see Kendrick.
at least one person is going to make 10K from a weekend pass. I
Yeah,
feel that's going to happen. Yeah. It's
easily.
going to be it's going to
Also,
be
South
interesting.
Africans have money, guys. I don't know where you guys get this money from. I'm just these can't be the same people that you're always complaining with. I'm just like
Nah, it can't
we're
be.
complaining together, but then the lifestyle you're living is it's giving something else. It's giving
It
Edwin
can't
Sodi,
be.
but we're not there.
Yeah. And as you say that, it reminds me of a tweet I saw from Kai's Tony this morning. He
Mm-hmm.
actually put up like a receipt. I think it was somewhere. I think it was coffee actually in Midrand. Uh, they
Oh, I
paid
saw
like
it.
Yeah, they paid like 273,412 rand and 70 cents. And this is like in the space of 4 hours because on the receipt
Because
it
they
says
got around midnight.
yeah, like the begin time is 20 past 12. And then I printed the receipt at like 2 minutes before 5 in the morning. So this is like
So
almost 5 hours. And that's how much they
And
spend. They spend just over 270,000 rands.
it's almost 300,000. And okay. Mm-mm. Honestly, I feel like I've seen a lot for me not to believe these things, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, there is no one who's drinking literally 48 Dom Perions.
Nah,
Because
and that's
firstly,
what
you're not buying for the whole club. That's not lie. You're not buying for the whole club.
you're
And you can't
definitely
tell me
not.
that everyone who's raking up the bill that much is buying for the whole club. No, it's a squad thing. So I could be wrong with, well, I don't think I am, but people are cleaning money. We're literally living in a community that is just very
Yeah.
corrupt, right? And people are cleaning money. I don't want to say that particular establishment is, but a lot of people are cleaning money. And if you see a receipt or a bill that says that, then somebody pays that. It's a cycle now. That's the matter of cleaning money. Because for me, I'm just like, okay, in 4 hours, you bought a single champagne bottle, there's 150K. Why?
It's like it's
With
crazy.
champagne, you get 4 glasses of champagne. Oh, it's just
It's crazy.
yeah.
Like because I actually asked, was how many people were part of this
Over
group?
there.
Yeah, well, how many people are part of this group? Because if you're gonna tell me, would see even if it was like 30 people on there, like
Nah,
this money is a ridiculous amount of money
it's a ridiculous
to
amount of
spend.
money. Because also, I think you don't drink now, but I do, and I chill with people who do drink.
Yeah,
Even if you are drinking a 6 pack, right? You might finish it in that 2 hours. These people are there for 4 hours. So when did they drink all the other things?
no ways, man.
I'm just like, and also with the percentage, right? Champagne is tricky, and the more expensive your cognac is, the
Yeah,
percentage is also wild. You know,
yeah,
as a person, how much liquor can you handle in 4 hours?
yeah. Because I
You're
actually
having
remember.
shots in between, you're having champagne, you're having cognac, you're having whiskey. You're telling me that all of that is going to your system and you're still standing?
Uh,
I'm like, nah,
no,
guys,
man.
let's be serious.
Like,
In
yeah,
4 hours, let's be serious, guys. Nah.
yeah.
You know
And
who
there's
I
actually,
loved from that list? No, I love two
yeah,
people actually. The guy who bought a 6 pack of Corona and the
yeah.
girl who bought a Nina break. Like, you see, those ones are my fighters. They know who should things go left, they're going to pay for what they ordered, which
Yeah,
is a 6 Corona and a Nina break wine. You know,
and also
and
the one
out.
Coke.
And they were exactly and out. Everything else, guys, it wasn't me. You know, this is what I ordered. This is what I drank. And I was just like, why
Yeah,
calling Dom Perignon like that? And also for me, another thing, um, I'm not necessarily saying the establishment doesn't make sense to spend that money, but there are some establishments where you see what guys, let's not lie. Alpha
yeah,
Bar wasn't dropped here. Not this place. You know, there are places where you're like, I people probably dropped that Alpha Bar. Some of it they did, but other establishments are like, nah,
yeah.
mm-mm,
Like like
everything
the maths is not mathing, as some people say.
exactly.
And one interesting thing is that someone actually pointed this out. For me, I didn't see it until they actually mentioned it. No, I don't even know about it. That this is the first time they actually hear about the Hennessy Paradise. With this
Same.
on the receipt. Like,
Literally,
what is
my eyes
that?
went to that. I was like, what is this?
And
Literally,
it's
everything else I recognized. I was like, what is this? But I was like, no, I was really too broke to know all of these things. So I didn't pay much attention because I
yeah.
really feel like there's more alcohol brands and that I don't know, you know? So I saw them like, oh, okay, there's something new. Continue scrolling because I'm the you know? So I'm like, there's a lot that I don't know. So I won't
And
be a
that
bit
bottle
off the fact
actually
that,
cost more
okay,
than what you earn. It was like
oh,
32,000.
oh, 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 guys, you see why sometimes we say certain group is not group for a seller.
Yeah. Like,
Like some group is not salary group. There is no way. Because you literally be swiping your salary on one bottle. How are you even getting home?
dude, even
Then
the
drive there to replace it.
270,000, there's lots of people who don't earn that much in a year. And these guys have
But in South Africa,
spent that much in like
that's
5 hours.
literally like upper class.
Yeah.
Literally. Look at how South Africa is right now. Guys, and you can't
Yeah.
tell me there's clean money, guys. I'm sorry. And for me, when I say it's not clean money, if it's clean money, then you probably have like maybe your construction companies, your gasoline and everything, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a salary, I'm just like, there is no way you're gonna squander
No.
money or 5x every day to go and be annoyed by customers, to go and be annoyed by people reporting to you, and squander it like that in a few hours.
Nah. Like
Yeah,
no, there's no amount of salary that anyone earns in this country where
yeah,
they would actually spend it all and
spend it
like
like that.
that. Yeah, they would never spend it like that.
Yeah,
I mean, there's people who earn more than that in a month, but
they
they
do.
would never do
Yeah,
something like this. They would never do something like this. At least I don't think that they would, unless we actually see them on
I
I
can
Blew
say
It one
that.
day. But yeah,
Yeah,
something that
hey,
they'd never
unless
do.
it's that, because there's also that in life. But you see, also when you check on I Blow It, it's not people who worked for that money. It's not people who their pension fund or whatever.
Yeah,
People who want that money, you know. So it's always like that's something. If you worked hard for that money, for you to blow, try and turn it out a night at Groove,
nah, it's not gonna
just to
happen.
come back
Can't
when you
happen.
wake up tomorrow, your skin is smelling like Hennessy. Because if you're gonna drink like that, that thing is gonna be coming out of your pores the next day.
Yeah, I actually heard about how true is
I
it that when you actually drink Hennessy, it's basically sweated out of your system, that you smell like it.
can't stand Hennessy. I can't, I can't stand Hennessy. No, like, and for me, I don't like sugar, right? And for me, I feel like Hennessy is sweet, you
Yeah.
know? I feel like Hennessy is just for sweet. Like all of them. Because no people would be like, no, try the VSOP, not the normal one, or whatever. I'm like, Hennessy. Cognac for me is just sweet. Even your Martels and your Remy's, I'm just like, they're not for me. But I think also what put me off the Hennessy the most was the next day when you, I feel like if you drink a lot of it, once it comes out from your skin, from your pores, you're just smelling Hennessy. Like, nah, guys,
You
I
know what?
can't
We
do
are
this.
there.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And apparently
Yeah,
some people who are patagash, so I'm just like, maybe it's just me, but I'm not doing that.
yeah,
I literally,
yeah.
I'd rather, remember even at back to the city, I tried. I literally poured one class. I'm like, I can't finish this.
Yeah,
I
and it was
really can't.
actually that's where I was headed actually. Because see, while we're on thingy, while we're on Hennessy, back to the city, they've announced actually that they are back again on the 7th of October.
Yeah.
And they'll be celebrating like basically 50 years of hip hop. I think I mentioned
Hmm.
this that there's a rumor that Nas is coming. I don't know how
Yeah.
true it is, but I'm hoping it is true because just imagine being able to see Nas and Kendrick Lamar in South Africa in
Ah,
the same year, within
same year.
months, yeah,
Guys,
within months of each other. But yeah, I
you
mean
know,
the
when we are
tickets already
spoiled
out.
kids, we'll be spoiled kids. We'll be
Yeah.
spoiled kids if that happens.
Yeah, the tickets are out already. Like the Rooster. Okay, I think right now, what did they call it? Is this like the early bird? Until the
Very
thirty
good,
first
yeah.
of July, they'll be going for like 250. The
Mhm.
Rooster is they'll be open in August from the first until the 31st. They'll be going for 300, and then the Eagle is be open in September from the 1st of September until the 30th. That one we're going for 350. And then in the final week, between the first and the seventh, is what they call the ostrich. The tickets will be going for
Mhm.
400. And I'm assuming that those are the general tickets.
I was about to
Yeah.
say it's giving general. To think that was the price of the VIP back then, guys. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
I'm looking forward to see how
I
much the
can't believe
packages
it.
and the VIP cost this year because I mean if the tickets are going for 400, the general at most that is. Um,
Yeah,
VIP should be around 700, I think, 800 maybe.
800. Yeah,
Yeah, somewhere around there. Because I can't remember what the general was last year. I remember VIP was 600,
yeah.
but I can't remember what
But
general was
also
last year.
looking, yeah, I feel like also looking at how much they've raked and how much they've grown over the years. I know last year, there's at some point I was just sitting there looking at like not only the production setup, but even the entire setup at Mercer Show Square.
Yeah,
You know, the marquees, the stalls. I honestly, if anything, I really feel like the tickets are always a bargain. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because the experience you get there, it's an all-rounder in hip hop, and it's giving because there are concerts or events where you're paying 400 to 500 grand, and you guys are literally sitting on the floor or spending the whole time, and the only thing you're seeing is literally those 5 artists that they brought on the stage. Literally,
Yeah.
that's all we do. It's the only time you move from there to go buy a drink or go buy food, but nothing else is exciting. And Back to the City gives you so much, like from the seminar that because now I think it happens a few days before, the day before it used to happen on the day. So you get
Yeah.
there at 10, handle the seminar, the workshop, go out, you're skating, playing basketball, everything that literally speaks hip hop. And when you look at the price, the tickets are like going for 100 rand, literally.
Yeah.
At some
Like,
point, they were going for 100 rand.
yeah,
And you were
like
getting that entire experience.
yeah, it is a huge bargain because I saw it last year. Like it's a huge experience, and they actually asked. They even asked this year on Twitter, asking which what people enjoy the most. Is it like the nighttime or the daytime part of the whole thing? And when you actually look at the pictures, you see, and actually being there. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. It's like no other event you've ever been to
Mhm.
before. There's so
Yeah,
many people doing so many different things on there. And then to
yeah,
think, Kuti, they're actually taking part, they're taking over the whole of the Newtown Junction, basically. Because you
literally.
remember we had
Yeah,
the parking where we had to sign in and everything where to enter. It's like on the Newtown Junction side, and then you have to walk
the entire
over
thing.
walk to the
Yeah,
other side, which is the Mary Fitzgerald thing. And over there, they've taken over everything. Now, it actually took me a while
massive.
to see everything as it is. Because recently I've been going back and forth in Newtown quite a lot. And
Hmm.
it made me realize actually this is where we actually parked and this is where we walked out of the parking. This is we're able to see the
Yeah.
actual picture and it actually just
Like
hit me
during the day,
then.
it's so
Just
weird. Like, is
yeah.
this the place that we transformed for
Yeah,
the
like it
event? Literally.
like it looks totally different. Like it
Yes.
looks a lot smaller than what that entire area actually is.
Yes.
And that's
Mhm.
when I realized how big Back to the City actually is and how much work these guys actually put in to make this a success. And it's something to really be excited about. And
Yeah.
as a person who loves hip hop, I'm very proud to actually have the biggest hip hop festival happening in South Africa, and actually being able to access
Mm.
this thing as it happens. Like it's really incredible. Even got my sneakers already that I'm going to wear over there.
Look at you.
I actually came across them by accident.
Honestly, I do too. But hey, the way these songs are dropping lately,
Yeah.
I might just find a nicer pair before the event. So no, I'll just chill on that. I won't say I have the sneakers yet. If I don't
Yeah.
get anything nicer, I'll have the sneakers. But if I do get something nicer, guys, now sneakers are gonna finish my money. Oh,
Like I actually came across them by accident. Like they're actually the Air Force Ones, and they are
mhm.
basically commemorating 50 years of hip hop. So they've got like
Oh,
what do they call on the tab on the tab right on the tab. It's got
mhm.
the 50 years of hip hop. So I only had this year to buy those sneakers. But only had this year to buy those
Literally,
sneakers because after this year,
literally.
I'm not gonna. I don't
Hi.
know if I'll be here. I don't know if I'll be here 50 years from today to celebrate 100
Yeah.
years of hip hop, and I don't know if they're gonna be doing anything in 25 years.
Mm.
But yeah, only had this year to buy those sneakers, so I had to use that opportunity. So I'm
Yeah. Those
excited.
are the
Yeah,
best sneakers to wear on the day. Those are the
they
best
are.
sneakers to wear on
But
the
then the
day.
thing is, they are
You
white.
see, you way I was gonna get there early that day. If
Yeah,
I was you, I was gonna get
yeah,
there early that day because everyone will be there when you take pictures of your cakes.
yeah. No.
Everyone,
But
because one thing about people, they will stop you to take pictures of your sneakers if they look nice.
yeah.
Like I've experienced it so many times. Like it's such a culture, man. Like it's so beautiful there because everyone feels at home. It was
And
like, I like your outfit, I like your sneakers. Can you take a picture of your sneakers? Like, go ahead. I like your hair. It's always those things. It's a culture because it literally speaks everything hip hop.
Yeah, like it's a proper community thing, because it's
Yeah,
um everyone is there for a good time, and they are there for basically
exactly.
for one another as well. So it's just a
Yep.
celebration of the culture. Yeah, and the culture, the part of it is unity and love and all those things.
Yeah.
I know I'm starting to sound a bit hippie-ish, but yeah, that's
You
basically
and
what hip hop is.
I,
Yeah.
you and I,
Yeah, that's basically what it is, and the love and
yeah,
respect that you experience there is something
yeah.
else. Yeah, so really, I am excited about Hennessy back to the city, and I'm
And
really
while you're
looking forward
speaking
to
of
seeing
Nas, actually, I saw that I think he announced an album.
Magic too.
I think I saw it. Yeah, I saw it like I think 30 minutes ago. I'm just like, okay, okay.
Yeah,
This is something to look
uh,
forward to.
it is like it's very interesting. When did he drop? He dropped what's that album? Because he's been dropping it. He's been dropping since 2020 every year
It's
basically.
been dropping actually.
Uh,
Yeah, it's been very consistent.
yeah, it's been dropping almost every year. King's Disease. I think King's Disease 3
Mm-hmm.
he dropped last year. Oh yeah, it dropped last
Mm-hmm.
year. Because I'm trying to look at Magic as well. No, Magic was in 2021. But then
2021.
2021 he also dropped King's Disease 2, which means that most likely we are going to get
Mm-hmm.
King's Disease 4 this year. Because
Me
Magic,
personally, I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, me too. Me too. Because Magic was like what? Like 9 tracks. Yes, 9 songs. 9 songs
Yeah,
on there.
and I think that's what I love about it the most, guys. I love it when albums get to the point quick fast. You know, one thing
Yeah.
about me, I have an attention span of a 5-year-old. So if an album is 20 tracks, I literally have to listen to 10 and take a break and go back. Remember even when who's this Casper dropped in, is it Anytime? Yeah, I think I forgot the title of the album. But it was like so long. And because I waited for the drop at midnight, because I was having like a listening session like on a live stream. So I
Yeah.
watched that. As soon as it ended, he dropped the album. I looked at that thing, I'm just like, there is no way I'm gonna get through this tonight. It's midnight. So I
It's
literally
21
listened to I
songs.
think until I first one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I listened until like 2 a.m. my first one. I slept. I'm like everything else I'll listen to it tomorrow because I'm lying to myself now, you know? So I love it when albums are short and sweet.
Yeah.
Personally, my fave.
Yeah. Because with Magic 2, you should be expecting around 9 songs because I feel like
Yeah,
or at least the Magic series is almost like a holder before the actual album, before a King's Disease
yeah,
album comes. So yeah, hopefully that's what he does, and I'm looking forward to seeing if King's Disease
my
4
fave.
comes out this year. And
Okay.
moving on from there is that I actually responded to a tweet that asked about the best Amapiano song to ever come out, and you basically refused to
I
say.
saw it.
Yeah.
Ngubonile. I'm just like, this guy, no, no. Uh-uh.
And the
I was like,
reason why,
nah.
yeah,
But also, I was like, I let him off on this one because he's not a huge I'm a piano person,
yeah,
you know. So I was like, okay, I hear him, but it's not one of the best. It's a beautiful song, but it's not the best. But also, I was like, he's not big. If he was hip hop, on the other hand, I let him have this one, you know. But like,
yeah.
piano, that's not his thing the most. So it's fine. I won't say anything.
No, man. But I mean, because John Wick for me is the one song that I always go to when it comes to Amapiano. Like when
Really?
the bass comes in. Yeah, when the bass comes
Yeah.
in, like it's probably you feel like it's almost like I think they actually nailed it. If this was actually the entire plan, where it feels like a steering. You know when the hero comes in or the
Yeah.
or whatever, yeah. When the bass comes in, you kind of feel like that's what they had in mind, and that's what
Exactly.
they actually did. Yeah, and One thing I wish that they actually did is maybe if they sold it they actually gave it to the creators of John Wick to include it in
John Wick,
the fourth movie. Would have been crazy actually,
it would have
because
been amazing.
I haven't seen John Wick 4 as yet, but I
Same,
understand
I
that
haven't.
yeah that in he they actually have those kind of hard scores in the movie. Something
Hmm.
that they'll be like in a club or a party or whatever, and it's always like it's usually house music, dance music in there.
Yeah,
So having John Wick play in the actual movie would have been mind blowing, especially with how people are accepting Amapiano all over the world. I think it would
yeah,
have
that
been
would have been.
yeah, I would have done some crazy things for them. But anyway, the reason why I'm bringing up this Amapiano thing is that people are talking
Hmm.
about Timni and saying that it dropped too soon. Should have dropped it like sometime in September or October or whatever. But nigga, I'm not really feeling it. It's like for me, it's like okay, it's
I
whatever. It's
hear
just
you.
it's just another Amapiano song. But then there's a guy called Debza the DJ who
Hmm.
dropped Valungu. I think dropped it like last week. Yeah, it was
Hmm.
actually last week. That
Yeah, that
song I
was
actually love it. I love it so much. Uh,
same,
but
same.
yeah, but it's what he did was that he sampled what's it Peter Tennant, yeah,
Yeah,
Peter Tennant's song, and I keep forgetting what the name. Oh, it's African Vibe Part Two. Yeah,
African vibes. Yeah.
yeah. He sampled African Vibe Part Two, and now the song was actually taken down from DSPs today. So if you're gonna look for the song, you wanna listen to it, definitely not gonna find it on DSPs. Apparently, he didn't clear the
I'm not
sample.
gonna get it there.
Yeah, apparently he didn't clear the sample, so they've taken down the song, and it's such a letdown for me because I love that song so much.
My thing is, you can't sample a song that was a potential hit or hits back in the day and think that I might not blow up on the song or the song might not blow up.
Yeah,
Even if it might not, just do the right thing because you don't know what's gonna happen. It
yeah,
might literally just be the start of your career. And now it's like, but also I love that song. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the way things are moving. It's giving. It's gonna die out soon. I could be wrong. Personally, I could be wrong, but I don't know,
yeah,
man. I feel like I love it, but I feel like it's just gonna annoy people. It's gonna get to a point where people have heard enough of it, and it's going
yeah,
to annoy them.
yeah. No, that I feel the same as well. Like, okay, let me start here. As far as the sampling goes, I feel like he took it too lightly. That he just sampled the song that he
They
loved or
did.
that he heard, and then he
Mm,
didn't bother to actually go through the clearance. I don't know if it's maybe
yeah.
ignorance or if it's something that he just
Mm,
didn't want to do at all. But either way, I
mm,
feel like it was a huge lesson for him. It was a huge lesson for
yeah.
him that, dude, if we're gonna take somebody else's song and remix it and
Okay.
put it out on DSPs, if we're going to make money out of it, then you should make sure with the
I think that's the thing for me as well. It's a thing of
yeah,
you going to make potentially millions of this because we don't know what this was going to say, like what the song was going to do for him.
yeah,
The tours could have taken him on, the literally the collaborations and everything. Now you think this guy of my song is making all of this money. Of course I'm gonna complain. Of course I'm gonna fight. Yeah,
yeah,
my song didn't blow up as much because it was back then, but it's still my jam. It's still my song. It's still my
yeah,
production. It's
yeah,
still my lyrics. So I still want money from it. You have cleared it, man. And I feel like it's annoying me because these are things that we say over and over again.
yeah,
You see the
and
same way we always speak about read your contract. It's the same way we speak about sampling. It's just as important.
yeah, and I was going there that part what we're doing on this platform is actually trying to teach people about all these things. That if you're going to take a song, make sure that you get permission. Because and the thing about getting permission is that it's not always that the original owner of the song is going to want royalties or money from it. Sometimes some creators are going to say, look, I love the song, it's great. I've had my time in the spotlight, I've had my time making music, and I know how much this also means to you. And thank you for respecting me enough to actually come to me and ask for to use the song. So I'm not going to ask for any royalties. You can keep everything that you make from the song, as long as you keep going and you keep doing the right thing, then it's fine. Or whatever other reason that the original artist, because I think that's the same thing that that happened with Casper, with Itok Shebeleza. What he did was it made the song, and then he went to Doc Shebeleza, met with him, and said, "My guy, here's a song that I just made. What do you think?" And Doc Shebeleza was like, "Cool, that's great. Go do your thing. Yeah, just go do your thing. It's all good." And I don't think it was actually it wasn't a sample, right? Doc Shebeleza just used Doc's name. Yeah, it was just the name that he used, but he was happy. And now going back to Debza the DJ. I mean, you think about the fact that Pumi Mlambo, I'm not sure if you know her. She's on Metro. I think she goes by Msagaz. Yeah, she was actually looking for Debza as well, because I think they actually had an interview on Metro. So to think that this one song, and we actually fell in love with the song when I came across on TikTok. Just one song. It changes
People
everything.
underestimate the power of social media, because one song changes your life. Because even Nayo, the Tyler ICU, the nigga guy, he's had songs prior to Nigga. Like, he had songs. But Nigga is the one that blew up. And for me, it's wild. Being a lover of music is such a weird thing, because it's always the songs that you don't necessarily care about that blow up. And the ones that you care about are the ones that are usually underrated.
You just get frustrated. Why do people not hear this?
Tyler has, for me personally, Tyler has better songs, guys. I rate him highly. For me, I rate it only. I'm very big on the sound, right? I rate it on a good sound system. The bass is amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I wonder if you listen to Mniga on your phone or maybe on the radio, like pants, and you won't hear it much. If you listen to it on a proper sound system, it changes your life. Like, this is a banger. The production is amazing, you know.
For
me, I'm just like, you know. But also, I'm just like, it's not my song of the year, guys. If I hear it, I don't. It's fine. You move. You know?
Yeah, like Mnige, for me, I actually heard it the first time, like in a proper sound system, and I was like, no, man, like too much is going on in this song. Yeah. I mean, like too much is going on.
For a while, I didn't like Mnige for a while. I think it took me hearing the Heike part. I'm like, yeah, that's what's happening on the song. Heike, it's just a mess. And also at some point, I feel like the sound is just overlapping.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? You saw the dance overlaps. The sound is overlapping. I'm just like,
Yeah, like something is not like it's not properly. It's not really put together like it's supposed to be, especially for someone like Tyler at that level. But they could have done better. I think they could have done better. Maybe work with the volumes. I don't know. I'm not a producer. Yeah, I'm not a producer. I know nothing about this thing.
No, but still on our piano, honestly, I would never be able to have a top one, because I'm always a person with I'll name the song now.
Yeah.
And hours later, I remember a song that I used to absolutely love. I'm just like, actually, that's my number one.
Yeah.
And also, I'm very big on not only just the production, also the lyrics and how they put together on the song.
Yeah.
That for me, it's his role as well.
Yeah, like
because right now I can come and say I can come and say my top piano song right now is Josiah Disciples with Messages.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that song. If you listen to that song, you'll understand why I say that, you know?
Yeah.
So, and even the lyrics are not as much, but the way it sounds, it's very spiritual for me. Like when I listen to like the entire album, Exercise Disciple, it's Exercise is very spiritual. You understand?
Yeah.
So you get that from him. So I relate in that sense. There's also an album as a mixtape, Gaba Canal from a few years ago, I think 2021, if not 2019. If in on most songs it features Uzano, that mixtape is amazing.
Yeah.
The songs they like there's Hamilton, there's Sixele Ganani, there's Duzi, all of those songs are just spiritual. Because for me, I'm very big on I want to relate to a song. And funny enough, I only got that mixtape last year. I only heard it last year. And know when you're hearing something and you go through things and it's just speaking to you.
Yeah.
Just like the production is amazing, the sound is amazing, the lyrics are amazing. It's for me, I want like most of the time my favorite songs are not songs that are usually like widely known. I'd be lying to you.
Yeah.
Most of my songs are hardly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I learned something about music recently. No, right now, actually, as I'm learning how to DJ, is that you
Yeah.
realize it's almost like when you listen to Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He released Die Hard as a
Yes.
single for as
Yes.
a single, but it's not the best song on the album. Now,
Not. Yeah.
where the thing about what makes a great uh, commercial song is the standard that they put in. Like you've got maybe three
Yeah.
verses. You've got an intro, you've got a verse, you've got a chorus, and then you've got another verse, maybe a bridge or another chorus or whatever. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the standard where something can be played on radio, it makes sense, and then most people love it. But then for some of the better songs on an album, and that's why it's important to actually listen to an entire album and
Yeah.
not just say you
Yes.
love an artist when you've heard just one
Yeah.
song or just the commercial songs. But when you listen to an entire album, you'll find that some of the best songs, like for me, it's on on Kendrick Lamar's "The Big Steppers." Uh, Now, why do I even forget the song? But it's the one with the lady where they're fighting in the song. It's not something
Oh,
that you'll hear on radio.
yes, because of the
Yeah,
cursing. It's my favorite song. I'm not gonna lie as well.
yeah, yeah. We
I'm
cry
not gonna
together.
lie. No,
Yeah,
we cried together. Yo,
yeah. We cry together with Taylor Page.
the
Like,
storytelling and the way they did it, man. Oh, it's amazing.
yeah,
And
it's not
like a lot of
something.
people from the album, they like Irish Spirit. It's a beautiful song, but it's not my favorite song.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
exactly. But when you actually listen to "We Cry Together," and there's also the Hot Part Five as well, which was
Mm.
released the
Mm.
before the album. Like the thing is, the way that they did it, the artistry in there, and also the messaging in there. Besides, forget the cursing and forget the end
Mm.
of the song,
Mm.
but the way that they actually did the way
Yeah,
that they actually interact with each other on the song, like it's a beautiful thing. Going back
yeah.
and forth like that, and yeah, that's for me is one of the things that make a great song, where there isn't the traditional structure of the song, but
Yeah.
it's mainly
Yeah.
what is being said on the music. And it goes back also, takes me back to Amapiano. Like there's a lot of songs that I would have said
Was the Lord. Yeah.
are actually top five for me in Amapiano when you actually listen to the instrumentals and whatever.
Yeah.
But what does not put them there is the messaging, because they were released at a time when these guys were
Yeah.
releasing sexually explicit music, or
Oh, yeah.
yeah, or innuendos or whatever it is that they said. Like it's not something that we
Yeah.
actually listen with my. It's not something I'd listen with my mother.
Yes.
Not something I'd listen
Yeah.
with with kids in the car. And
Yeah.
that time, they actually made incredible instrumentals
Incredible.
of the song. But the
Yeah.
thing is, the lyrics
The
on
message
there,
I can't.
yeah, the
Yeah.
message is not something that
At times it makes
I
you
want to
as an
listen to.
adult alone in the car cringe. It's just like,
Yeah,
nah.
like, hey, dude,
If I'm an
like,
adult cringing like this in the car, I definitely can't cringe with my mom. I really can't, you know?
yeah, and me personally, I've gotten to the point in my life where there's certain songs where I feel like, okay, I actually can't be listening to this thing. I would have
Yeah,
been fine listening to it when I was still in high school, and I wouldn't think too much
yeah,
about it. Yeah, but where I am
yeah.
now, it's like
I really
I'm
can't.
alone. I'm alone in the car. I'm listening on my headphones
Normally,
or
gospel
by myself,
me.
but. Yeah, so it's one of those things. But yeah, but I'm
It's
glad that
wild, man. Because
yeah, yeah, I'm glad that these guys, Amapiano, they've actually grown so much
yeah,
from that period, and they're now doing um, better music. Lyrically speaking, they're doing far better than they
yeah.
were just 2 years ago.
They really are. They really, really are. And I think also one thing I'm proud about is the work they're putting in. Just because I personally, I don't want a person to put out work simply because the hype is all on him or all on
Yeah,
her. Put out work that is work. You see, one thing about youngster, guys, youngster, guys, I'm gonna tell you this for free. People might not notice it, but if you listen to youngster's lyrics, he's
yeah,
always preaching. He's always preaching. He's always praying. And for me, that's why I will listen to Young Stunner. That's why I will enjoy his music. You know,
yeah, and it
forget
doesn't
the
care. Like,
instrumental sometimes. Exactly. He is very emotional. He's very
yeah,
spiritual, and that's what I want. Because I'm at a point in my life where I'm just at most of the time I'm listening to something to relate to it.
yeah.
I'm at that point, to relate to something. And if it's giving me that, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stick to that.
Yeah, like the music that we listen to now is something that should matter to me at least. When I listen to
Okay.
music, something that should matter to me. Okay, I mean Gavalungu is okay, and Nakona even Gavalungu is has a message in itself.
Yeah.
It has a message in itself. But it's even though it makes me laugh the way that they actually put it, and
Yeah.
it reminded me also why I love Tsonga music sometimes. Because for people who don't yet understand what is being said on Gavalung,
Mhm.
is that I won't say the Shangan part because it gets a bit tricky for me. But what they're actually saying is that you should kill a cat so you can eat on the train.
Mhm.
Since you don't have any chickens in this land of white people, the land belongs to white people. So,
Yeah.
and the way I understand what is being said there is that right now or at least at the time. And remember that Peter Tennant wrote the song. I think this was like in the
Mhm.
80s or whatever. And this was at a
Yeah.
time when
Wow. But
people from Limpopo mainly used trains to go back and forth between provinces, between going back home and coming to Joburg to work and all of that.
yeah.
So since right now, you don't have anything, even though you're working, you're going to go on this train. You don't have any money, you don't own
Yeah.
anything, you don't even have chickens of your own that you can slaughter and
Nothing.
eat on
Mm-mm.
the train. Yeah. So rather get a stray cat, skin that, kill it,
Mhm.
and eat on the train. Because
And
white
move.
people
Yeah.
have everything. They own everything now.
Yeah. They own
They own
everything.
so much that you can't even have a chicken of your own to kill.
Get a chicken of your own.
Yeah. And at
And
the time, yeah, at the time it was like a really important message. Like
yeah.
it was a huge message, and also reminds me of the standards that the government had put in when it came to music. Because you couldn't have like politically charged
Politics.
music. Yeah. So they
Mhm.
had people actually working at the SABC who, when you submit your music, and it's black people, by the way, working at the SABC, where
I
they
mean,
sit and
what else
listen
could they
to
have done?
when they listen to every record that comes in, and they decide. They're the ones who tell their white bosses that this is a
Mm.
political song or not. And that's the story also of how they were able to, how Chico Twala was able to sneak in with Miss You Manelo national radio.
Mandela,
Yeah, because it
yeah.
was actually
Because they
about Nelson
quickly
Mandela.
say Mandela, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so at the time, also, that wisdom from Peter Tennant, or the genius in his music, to actually
Yeah.
change the way,
Say
to
that.
change the
Yeah.
message that he wanted to say. And he made it in a funny way. But also it was
It
a
did.
very, yeah, it
Yeah.
also made very, very strong. And that's, I feel, I wish that we could actually have more of that today in our music, with
Yeah.
artists today. And innuendos not being anything sexual or anything like that, but actually being a proper
Yeah.
and a strong message.
You know, in like Cashless Society by Ginger and Reason,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
such music. Such music. For me, it speaks literally to everything that we're thinking, but then it's not necessarily saying it straight up like that. But if
yeah,
you listen and understand what these people are saying, you just appreciate the beauty of music and the artistry behind it, you know?
yeah,
When you
yeah,
listen properly to what the artists are saying, it's a beautiful thing.
yeah. It is. It really is. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think we'll eventually get there again, especially when you look at where South Africa is headed politically. I think we are going to
Yeah,
get to a point
yeah,
again where artists actually start sending strong political messages through their music.
yes, yes, yes,
Um, it's unfortunate that it will have to be under difficult circumstances that it happens. But
yeah,
the silver lining is that it will be there, and the artistry
yeah.
will be back in full swing once again.
And I will not die. I really,
Yeah,
because if there's anything that we got going for ourselves with the music, when everything else fails, we fall to the music.
yeah,
So when that
yeah,
speaks for us and it speaks for the country, I don't see why we can't get it right.
yeah.
Because as much as music is exciting, at times the music needs to speak, man.
It
You
does.
can't always just be, no, no, you can't always just be laughing at the lyrics because they're dumb and everything. Sometimes they need to really speak, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It needs to say something. It really needs to say something strong. But yeah, anyway, that is all from me. I don't know if do you have anything that you want us to talk about?
I just have one thing that I want us to, after this, to go and do moving on this week.
Yeah,
There's an album that was dropped by who's this DJ Clen. Clen. Yeah. That has literally everyone, who's everyone when it comes to hip hop and people who, as I always say, rap. And I
yeah,
think he had a launch for it last week where all the guys were there, and I love how everybody showed him love. Like everyone was there. Ginger was there.
Wait,
Henry
is
was there.
DJ
Like,
DJ
huh?
who?
Clen, is it Clen or Clen? Guys, it's Clen. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, DJ
Yeah.
Clan. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, Touchline and them were all there. Like even Benchmarks, Jody, like a lot of people were there at this listening party, and it wasn't. People at times they come together just to listen to this artist's music because he's a big guy or he's
Y-
known.
yeah,
They listen to the music and like, okay, it's par, it's giving this music. But then with him, the artistry behind the way the songs were made, the lyrics, the production, the features, like literally he picked them well. The features, the songs that he decided, oh, I'm gonna have Ginger on this one, I'm gonna have Touchline with Ginger on this one, I'm
yeah.
gonna have Black Lace on this one, I'm gonna have Letanova on this one. It's very beautiful. And I feel like for me it's going in the direction that I want hip hop to go. The guys coming back together. They're like, we're here
Okay.
to make music, we're here to rap. And that's what this viral album is giving.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
No,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
have.
call a favorite yet because people are
Yeah.
gonna say I'm biased, but I let it play out. I let this one play out. I let this one play
Yeah.
out.
No,
But it's a beautiful album.
yeah, yeah. We'll be back again next week. And when we're back next week, I'll give you, because it's like what, 14 songs. I'll give
Yeah.
you 5 of my favorites on the album.
Yeah. Jeez.
Because I see El Tito
Like
is
when you look at the
also on there.
features, oh, exactly. Hey, Reese is there, Black Keys there, J Jody, Tesla, Latinova, Ginger, Blacklist, guys. It's
P Dot
giving.
is also on there.
There's Mags with
And we
Mags on
know
the same
Muggs.
song. Please,
And you know
please.
Muggs is the king of features. So yeah, I want to hear what they did on there.
Understand.
Yeah, man.
And I think for me, what I love the most is I won't lie, I didn't know this guy, and for him to be introduced to me like this,
yeah,
for
it's
me, that's
major.
powerful. I'm just like, who is this guy? Because now I'm scrolling on my Instagram, I'm seeing Blacklist post, Peter post, all these guys I follow, they all post on this guy. I'm like, okay, let me listen. He dropped the album on Friday. I listened. I'm like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
love it. I like it when people do this.
yeah,
They were not just guessing him up just for the fun of it. They were guessing up because the album is beautiful. It's a beautiful body of work.
yeah. And it wasn't just because they were on the album as well, but it's because they actually enjoyed making the music with him, and they enjoyed the music that they made.
Exactly. That's all I want. I'm really. Oh, and also speaking on that, because of this this album, there's a song who Change and a Touch that are on. I think it's Tony Scar, right?
Yeah,
So many people like that song. Over the weekend, they were like, guys, give us a collab album. They pressurized them so much. They actually, I think, recorded a song over the weekend. They started recording a song over the weekend. Just like, yeah,
really.
this is the push that you guys needed. Because the hip hop artists have been slacking. Yep. Because I think he tweeted us like right now, 8:45. 2 hours later, he's like, okay, guys, we're going to do it. We heard you.
Yeah.
2 hours later, I think the next day, he's like, okay, guys, one song down. I'm like, this is what we want. You guys have been slacking. We've been eating on my piano the whole time. You guys need to come back. So they're
Yeah.
working on like a joint something, right? I don't know if it's a mixtape or what, but they're working on a joint something.
Yeah. And it's almost spring, so they should give us something
Exactly.
proper. Now I think now looking at this at viral, right? I think I
Yeah.
might actually get
Yeah.
some new songs that I can add on my set.
Yes. Soon. You might. Also, the production is amazing. So you
Yeah,
definitely will get them.
yeah. Now I'll give
You
it a
should give it a
listen.
listen. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful
give it a
song.
listen starting tomorrow.
Yeah. On your drive to wherever
Yeah.
you do, just listen to good hip hop.
Yeah. I'll definitely be listening to tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, do you have anything else?
You know what's funny? We're gonna say bye right now, but we didn't greet in the beginning. We greeted each other. We didn't welcome anyone to this episode,
Oh,
but it's
snap.
fine. We're gonna say bye right now.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
realized this
thank
when you were speaking
you.
about Kendrick and Nas. I'm just like, we actually didn't intro, but you know what?
Yeah,
This
we did.
conversation is flowing. Let's just leave it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, anyway, thank you very much for for watching. Thank you for being with us. I don't know if I'll be able to actually welcome you right now, but since we're at the end, anyway, thank you, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending
And
this time
welcome
with us.
for staying.
Yeah.
And welcome for next week.
Yeah, and welcome for next week. And welcome for next time. It's always a pleasure, man, to be doing this. I feel like it's a huge honor
Yeah.
for us to be here and do this, and for also an honor to have you, especially if you're going to go this
Yeah.
far on an episode and watch everything, listen to us go on and on and on, as we usually do. But we will be back again next week, and I promise you. Um, yeah, I do promise you that we are some serious changes, some good things are on the way.
Mm.
So look forward to that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Please share your thoughts. Please share your ideas through the comment section. Please like and share also with your friends and family, because I promise you, the oracles are going to be the biggest thing that is going to come out of this country. So yeah, but anyway, we'll see you again next week. Thank you very much for spending your time with us. Until then, cheers.